This is Not a Player Pod, a sports podcast by fans and for fans covering everything from the hardwood to the gridiron. So without further ado, let's send it off to the stars of the show, Lewis, Max, Jack, and John, because ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is nap time.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Not a Player podcast. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 7:33 p.m. Don't know why I mentioned the time, but we're back. Midweek episode. Vikings played on Monday night. We're going to talk about that. We're going to give some picks for next week. And then we're going to start a new survivor pool that I think you guys will enjoy following. So, fellas, how are you guys doing? We'll get to the Vikings, but overall thoughts from week one.
You know, week one, there's a lot of weird storylines that came out of it. I did not have the greatest week of all time in terms of our bets. I was only 3-2, so it's okay. Max, you were 2-3. John, you were 4-1. Enjoyed watching it. Great to have Ball back. It was a great week. We had a great Buffalo game at night, and then followed up by this Vikings game that we'll get into. But Max, how'd you enjoy your week one?
I mean, it was great to be back. Fun time watching with you guys on the couch at the new place. Can't really beat the double TV setup, even though the games didn't really go, at least Lewis and I's way. And that Vikings game was looking grim. Grim, I tell you. And I don't think Lewis and I are going to be watching any primetime Vikings games together anytime soon.
So for the listeners, I was over at Max's apartment watching the first 3 quarters of the Vikings game, and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, we got to change up the vibes. Drove home, was driving home listening to PA on the mic for JJ's first ever touchdown pass, and then immediately got home, and the whole script flipped. So is it my
Good
doing?
on you. Good on you. I appreciate you doing that. Well, I think we should talk about it. It was honestly maybe one of the most entertaining games, like in hindsight, the way it all folded out, the way it all, what's the saying? It all folded out, whatever the hell. Unfolded. The way it unfolded. The way it folded out, yeah. It was, looking back on it now, I don't think you could have put down a better script for JJ's first start as a NFL quarterback. He had to go through shit. It was as bad as it could have looked at. There were times I thought we weren't going to win a game this year. I was questioning everything, and then all of a sudden something flipped. I kind of know what flipped, but it was unbelievable. Max, your thoughts?
No, like I said, did not feel like it was going to go our way, especially after that pick six. That was just miserable. But yeah, I think that the JJ drive really turned it around. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Mason. That pickup, I think, was huge. He looks like RB1. I sent Lewis a tweet that was like, Jordan Mason, RB1, Aaron Jones, wide receiver 3, maybe. And I think that could come to fruition.
Yeah, he might be.
Yeah, it's super exciting fourth quarter. I believe in McCarthy. I said I wasn't going to overreact one way or another just because those Bears games can be so challenging to read, but I'm definitely overreacting, and I'm all in on JJ.
I definitely said I wasn't going to overreact one way or another, and I 100% overreacted in the first 3 quarters. I was like, this is not good. Even a part of me was like, oh, was John right this summer about Aaron Rodgers? And then that quickly got swept away, thank goodness. But I was looking up stats from the great quarterbacks of today, like Josh Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, and Mahomes, of like, all right, how do these guys do in their first starts? And I was like, did anyone like have this bad of a start as JJ did? And it turned out none of them did, which made me feel worse at the time. But it was like all like what JJ ended with, and honestly, it wasn't like JJ had a better win in that fact that they came back, faced adversity, and won. For all those guys, it was like 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 154 yards. Where JJ, I don't have this exact stat line up in front of me. John, do you have it?
It was like 155 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, interception, and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and just the way that he did it, the team all looked just thrilled to be around him. I love eating up Kevin O'Connell's post-game speeches too, and the shot of him on the sidelines after JJ scored that rushing touchdown. How about having a quarterback that can run a little bit too? I can't remember the last time where we had kind of like a fun quarterback like that. That wasn't just like a week-by-week guy. So
the Pasternak for 1 week.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
No,
like
I know.
What's like the last Vikings semi-mobile quarterback?
Tavares Jackson.
Yeah, Tavares Jackson, but he wasn't any good.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I mean, a simply way to put it, in the middle of the third quarter, I sent a emoji or a GIF of Anthony Edwards saying T minus 44 days until this, because that's how down bad we were. But yeah, I mean, it was euphoric. As fun of a fourth quarter as I've watched in a long time. The game flipped by, I think it was Jordan Mason in the run game. I think that's what completely changed the game. The defense was pretty much great all game after the first drive. So I never really felt like we were out of the game, but the offense had to do something, and Jordan Mason and the running game got going, and then that opened up the play action, even though Jack thinks that play action is just not handing the ball off and faking the handoff. You have to be able to run the ball to do play action successfully, and we weren't running the ball well. So, like, it's either drop back or hand the ball off, and so you had to start running the ball well, and that's what happened.
Yeah. A rookie on the road. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I thought KOC did start that game just a little timid, like he was trying to ease JJ into it to some extent, and I just don't think that was the right play. Obviously, things clicked. But KOC, I was questioning that whole first half, especially the no timeouts towards the end there, to not try to put a little bit of a drive together. Felt strange.
Well, it did turn out they got 3 points. So
yeah, and then I ate those words a little bit, but
that was a bit lucky.
It was very bailed out. How about this? JJ McCarthy on the road, Monday Night Football, hometown team, no left tackle. Those are all just recipes for a not good week one start. And for him to look as good as he did, that I think is the most promising thing. Because this is kind of where I thought that he would be come week 4, 5-ish, is coming into his own, winning a game like this. So he's ahead of schedule for sure in that fact. And the roster's constructed in a way where they're built to win now. They're built to win around him, and he doesn't have to be Superman out there. But when he slings it, he can put some oomph on the ball, like finding Justin Jefferson in the end zone.
Yeah.
In hindsight,
go ahead, Tuck.
I was just going to say, in hindsight, I would say during the game, yes, we were all ripping up Kevin O'Connell. We were ripping everybody. I don't know how much it was O'Connell and how much it was just JJ's nerves. I think he was. I mean, there were a million times in that first half where he could have let the ball go, and he held onto it for a second too long, and then the pressure gets to him. So I don't know how much it was O'Connell, but things clearly flipped. What were you going to say?
I was going to say it's tough seeing Cashman go down, but I think a bright light of that game as well was that Eric Wilson coming in. He looked really good.
He did look good in special teams and defensively when he came in.
And we got a returner. Price.
Great point. This guy, I didn't know who he was. He is fantastic. I thought I was watching Marcus Sherrill's 2.0, maybe even better.
Yeah. Let's flip to the other side quick. I just want to do 2 minutes on Caleb and the Bears.
Sounds like you have thoughts.
It started off with a tough undershirt. I don't know what that gray undershirt was. That was maybe one of the worst looks I've ever seen an NFL starting quarterback look like. The first drive was impressive, but was it that impressive? It wasn't like he was like connecting on like passes. It was more just him getting out of pressure and scrambling a little bit. He made like one good throw, getting out of pressure and rifling one in there. But I did expect him to be better. I'm glad he's not, but I really thought that he and Ben Johnson would take a step ahead, especially after we saw what we saw with the Lions. I thought that Ben Johnson was kind of the whole coach of that team. And I think his offense just takes a little bit, but I don't know. I'll pose a question to the group. Is Caleb smart enough to be a quarterback under Ben Johnson?
I think that's the knock on him, that he probably isn't. so gifted. Like he's so elusive. You could, like, it was really hard to get to him, but he's not that big of a threat when it comes down to making plays when it matters. He's more effective than number one.
I think it's at least in this game. So I don't know projecting for the future, but in this game, it felt like his mishaps were more terrible throws. He had a few terrible throws. That one to DJ Moore on the left, the 4th and 3 earlier in the game, the sailed one late in the game to, I think it was DJ Moore again near the end zone.
Yeah.
Those are just awful throws. When he's great as a backyard quarterback when he's running around doing all that stuff. But I don't think that's what Ben Johnson wants. That's the opposite of what Jared Goff was last year. So it might just not be a match.
Here's also my knock on Ben Johnson, too. He made 3 mistakes in that second half, just coaching mistakes. He had that challenge where TJ had his knee down and the ball got punched out. But that's, I guess, ruled down 100% of the time. If you're a head coach in the NFL, you probably should know that rule. 2, he called a random timeout on when the Bears were on defense on like a 2nd or 3rd and 3 or something like that, which the Vikings ended up converting and scoring a touchdown on that drive.
Yeah.
So now he's left with only 1 timeout. And 3rd was that kickoff mistake, which has been talked about ad nauseum. It's like, well, just kick it out of bounds or kick it short because it's only a 5-yard difference anyway, but you save 40 seconds. So not a hot start for Ben Johnson in terms of clock management. Maybe he's got to get out of the X's and O's a little bit and like do a little more, or like have a guy to do clock management research. But those are just my quick thoughts of a rookie head coach making rookie head coach mistakes.
Yeah. Do we think the Bears finish last in the division?
No.
Ooh. So the Lions. I'm guessing you have the Lions finishing last.
We'll touch on that in our picks section.
That's right. I did get a sneak preview before this episode started. All right. Do we want to move on to our picks for next week?
Yeah, let's move on to week 2.
All right. Let's do it.
So what we're going to do
week
here for the listeners is we got 4 games. We will touch on all 4 of those games. Each of us have a flex game for the 5th, and then if we miss anything that we want to talk about, we can go back and touch on those last games. And another just point of order for the listeners. We will be recording Sunday at like 6 on our normal time, covering the afternoon games, and then we will do a quick post-Vikings, maybe like 5-10 minutes reaction. I bet you it's closer to 10 to 15 minutes, just right after the Vikings game. We'll edit it together and release it at the same time on Monday.
Perfect. All right, what are the 4 games we're doing? Start with the first game. We'll go around.
We'll start with the first game. We're going to go Washington, Thursday night, 3-point underdogs currently at Green Bay. Max, thoughts on this first game?
I mean, as far as the matchup, I think last week Washington surprised me. I thought they would be worse. They had the Giants, so I mean, not a ton of intel, but I did think that the Giants were going to keep it closer than it was. So I left pleasantly surprised with the Commanders. But with that said, I think Green Bay just has too much firepower for them, and it's so tough to go from the poverty Giants to this Green Bay defense. The offense might need the fans to get into it a little bit, but I would take Green Bay -3. That's the line, right?
Yep.
Almost up to date.
I'll go next. I am going to go the opposite way. I have the Washington Commanders. I agree with Max saying that he was a little surprised week 1 about the Commanders. I was a bit surprised as well. I kind of thought they were going to have a step back this year. But at one point on the couch on Sunday, I believe we mentioned the words, he might just be great.
Yes.
And so, you know what? He might just be great. And last year, this Commanders team was better than the Packers team late in the year. So if they're just that team that we saw late in the year, which is possible, I'm not fully there yet, but if it's possible, and I'm kind of, going with that with this pick, then I think they're better than this Packers team. This Packers team, what have they really done outside of that week 1 there? I know they got Micah Parsons, but let's slow the roll on this, almost guaranteed Super Bowl run that the Packers are on. It's week 2, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to take the Commanders. I kind of want the Packers to lose.
Yeah.
I agree with basically everything that you just said there, John. I was going to make those exact points. The Green Bay hype train has left the station. It's picked up about 10,000 people since Micah Parsons has been traded. I wasn't high on the Commanders either coming into this year. This is a game that they would win last year. It might be ugly. It could be close. Could be by a field goal. These Thursday night games are always kind of weird, especially early in the season. Sounds like Micah isn't still at his full potential yet. I think he'll keep getting ramped up. Jaden might just be the guy. He might just be unbelievable. But I don't think either team really showed us a ton in week one of like what their final product is going to be. I think Green Bay beat a bad Lions team, and I think Washington beat just a kind of pathetic Giants team that people were high on before the year. But I'm going to go Washington as well. Same reasons as John. Let's move on to Philly -1 at Kansas City. I will go first on this one. We'll do like a little snake draft.
Okay.
I will be taking the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't. If I get this game wrong and the Chiefs come out just completely different than they did in week one, I will be pretty surprised. I think this is one of my favorite. If we were doing guess the lines Bill Simmons style, I would have guessed Philly -4.5, -3.5 at least. I was a little surprised that they were this close to being even. Just Philly looks so much better than the Eagles do. And I know week one's a liar. I know that teams have bounced back. Yeah, sorry. Philly looks so much better than Kansas City. I know week one's a liar. I know teams bounce back. But that Kansas City offense that's supposed to be much improved from last year with new additions already got Worthy knocked out. Rashee Rice still isn't playing. They looked just as bad, if not worse, than last year in the dink and doink parts against just like a mediocre Chargers defense. The Eagles defense is better. The Eagles can run the ball all over the Chiefs defense, especially early in the year. Those Chiefs players looked gassed. They got to come back from Brazil. They do have a little bit longer of rest, but I just think the Eagles team's further along, which is scary in the NFC. But I'm going to be going Eagles. You guys go ahead.
I'll take the Eagles too. I'll make it quicker. I just think, this was a flip-flop game. I thought this was a tough one because of the line. I think if the Eagles were -3, there would have been an easier selection to take the Eagles. This tells me that Vegas thinks the Chiefs have a legitimate chance, even though I agree, Lewis. I think the Eagles are a way, way, way better team. But the fact that the Chargers went up and down the field like they did against this Chiefs defense, which is what I thought before the season, the Chiefs defense is always kind of solid under Spagnuolo, but they looked terrible in the week one. So, and the offense looked like dink and dunk, like you said. So I'm going to take the Eagles.
Yeah, I think that's a clean sweep. I will say, as far as the Eagles go, or more, I guess, the Chiefs defense, they weren't ran on horribly. It was more the passing game was just picking them apart. Like, the Chargers actually didn't run the ball all that well, which is obviously what the Eagles rely on. But I just think that it's going to be too much for this injured Chiefs offense. They just seem discombobulated compared to years past, so I'll take the Eagles -1.
And any thoughts on Philly kind of opening up the passing game? They didn't throw the ball at all last game. So
I was going to say
like
that's
that's
music to my ears. That's music to my ears if I'm a Philly fan, because I feel like if I was an Eagles fan, I would be confident running the ball against any defense with Saquon and Jalen Hurts. So if the pass defense is the weak link, then what are you going to stop?
Yeah. Max, why don't you start out with Tampa Bay +2.5 going to Houston? The games are kind of slim this week. We don't have a lot of great options. We normally do the Sunday night game, but it's a Vikings game, so we would all be picking hopefully for the Vikings. But
is that line still +2.5 or 2.5?
Yes, last time I checked.
Yeah. I don't remember the Houston game all that well.
They looked horrible against the Rams, and just like their offense couldn't move it. Their defense played okay. And
C.J. Stroud kept getting stacked running backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud with an all-time first year rookie summer of media tour. I'm the greatest, Lil Bro and everyone, and then comes out stinker year two.
Classic.
And just Nothing good.
Player podcast.
Yeah, Give a quick 20 seconds on the player pods, Max.
So gross. Hey, we got some good shout outs, by the way, not to segue too much, but did we not drop this
go for
podcast
it.
at a perfect time? Kyle Bryant talking about it.
Talking about us, yeah.
Ben Weaver mentioned non-players.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the national media is just shouting out our little rinky-dink podcast we got going. So it's good to see. It's good to see.
They're not talking about other. They're talking about us.
Yeah, they're talking about us. The NAPP podcast.
All right, who are you picking?
Great. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. I think they'll play better than Week 1 too. I believe in their offense. I will pretty much take them any week they're getting points, I think, going forward.
That's a good point. Tampa Bay getting points is dangerous. They're alive in any game. They can beat anyone.
I will be on the same page. You guys know my thoughts on this Bucks team and where I think they're going to go this year. I'll be taking Tampa Bay.
You know what? I feel like this is kind of a rat line a little bit. Everyone hates Houston. Houston's at home as a dog. Tampa Bay didn't look like world beaters in Week 1 beating the Falcons. They almost lost. They got a little lucky with the Young Wei Koo miss at the end.
Yeah.
So you know what? Just to be a little contrarian, I'm going to go Houston. A little bit of a rat line. I don't completely believe in the pick, but I feel like CJ Stroud. Let's see if you're actually any good. Come on. Time to show the world year 1 wasn't a complete fluke.
I can see the over being in play there.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, Houston scored like 9 points in a week.
I think whoever plays Tampa, they're going to score some points.
Okay.
Tampa kind of just brings points out of games out of nowhere. They'll pull you into some points.
We have another interesting one now. Another one that's not like some unbelievable game, but I think it's one of the more interesting ones. I got to mention that Tampa Bay game, Houston game is Monday night. This game's also Monday night. LA Chargers -3 at the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the classic story in Week 2 of the Chargers looking fantastic in Week 1. The Raiders looking like a little under the radar win. No one's really talking about them. The Chargers were on national TV. Raiders were kind of buried a little bit against the Patriots. I am going to go Las Vegas at home as underdogs to cover that +3. I think that they are for real. They can move the ball. They have a competent quarterback. I'd like to see the Chargers prove that whatever they played in Cambodia wasn't a complete fluke in front of Mr. Beast and shooting someone out of the cannon. So, what a joke that YouTube broadcast was. I hope the Chargers and Las Vegas game on ESPN is a little more entertaining.
What's the word on Brock Bowers?
That's a good point. I
think he's questionable still, but I don't know.
I would obviously like it more if he's playing, but if he's not playing, the line might go up. That's just the problem of recording on a Wednesday. Don't really know what to say.
I'll take the Raiders as well. I really, really like the Raiders in this spot. I think, like you said, Lewis, the Raiders had a sneaky good win against the Pats on the road. It was a pretty easy win for them. It wasn't much of a stress at the end.
The score was closer than what the game was. It was never out.
Right. And the Chargers had a loud victory on the road, or I guess, I don't know, technically on the road against the Chiefs. So I'll take the home dog at the home opener in Vegas.
God, I love a home dog. But Chargers were my win of the week last week. I think I got to ride them into Las Vegas. I believe in their offense just because they came off a big division win. They're an NFL team. I don't think they're going to get too high on their horses, especially with Harbaugh at the helm.
They are kind of some regular season champions, though, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Good. And if Bowers is out, even better. I'll lock in that -3 line.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Max, you have a flex game you would like to discuss for a second?
Otherwise,
I can go.
No. I know who you're taking.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna. Are we allowed to do over?
The Bears.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
like over-unders.
I'm gonna pivot. I will take the Rams -5.5 against the Tennessee Titans, who looked god awful.
Any reason behind that?
My reasoning is I just think the Rams are a good football team. Decent amount of points, but the Titans have shown me absolutely nothing. I believe
Cam
in
Ward
Cam
might
Ward.
be good.
I believe in Cam Ward, but he's not the problem at all.
They have zero talent on that roster.
Zero talent.
All right, my pick. You guys are going to love this one. I'm going to be going back to the well with the gamer, Bryce Young, Panthers. Give me 6.5. Give me 6.5 points against the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't that good. Come on, this game is going to be a shootout, beautiful ball.
I actually love that.
I looked at this line and I was stunned that it was 6.5 points. I know the Panthers looked trash in week 1, but the Cardinals barely beat the Saints, and I think it should have been like 4, 3.5 to 4. Give me the Panthers.
I like it. I kind of agree. The Arizona looked horrible, and Carolina didn't look much better. But
am I allowed to take back if I'm going to take back one take from my preseason takes, whatever? The Cardinals. Sure. The Cardinals, they give me there's no juice in that franchise.
Did you say Kyler
Murray? Kyler Murray's ride is done. He's fallen off. I'm sick of him.
I said Steichen or Gannon. No, not Steichen. Gannon.
It's not Gannon's fault.
Coordinators.
It's not Gannon's fault.
It doesn't matter if it is or not. He just that seat's got to be getting a little warm.
I'm just saying, if they could somehow get a new quarterback, I'm back in on the Cards. But Kyler, I'm sick of watching this stupid little video game guy.
Okay. For my pick, I will be going against, I think, a bottom half NFC team. I will be picking the Chicago Bears +6 at the Detroit Lions. I think this is a Ben Johnson out-coaching Dan Campbell game. I don't think the Lions are particularly good this year. I think they missed their Super Bowl window. I've talked all about this before. They still have a good roster, but, is it that great? Their defense is fine. Aiden Hutchinson didn't do much. Jared Goff, everyone's like, oh, Lions, great roster. Is Jared Goff a top half quarterback without Ben Johnson? It might take a little bit, if ever. I think he's 1-16, or something crazy like that without Ben Johnson or Sean McVay as their play caller. Yeah, something like that. It's crazy. Max is right. This game is going to be very telling. So I'll be picking the team where I think that they have the coaching advantage. Maybe not the total roster advantage, but bad loss in week 1 for both teams, but worst loss on the national stage for the Bears. So I'm going to be taking them. We'll see how it goes.
Tough for both of them to go back-to-back division games.
Yeah, back-to-back divisional games.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough game. I don't know what way that game's going to go with regards to the spread. I don't know. It's a tough one.
I'm looking at the schedule here now.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
I believe in our defense, but man, did we give the Bears a lot of opportunities that they did not take advantage of whatsoever.
We're a bend don't break. We'll see.
No, yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel not very strong one way or another. But good for you for picking the Bears.
Any other games you want to hit kind of before? I'm trying to look in the schedule. I mean, Seahawks-Pittsburgh's kind of an interesting one. I kind of want to see how Aaron Rodgers does in week 2. The Seahawks had kind of a bad loss in week 1, so I think
I was
like them.
I'll just give you a hint in my flex game, pick of the week. I was in between Panthers-Cardinals and picking the Seahawks against the Steelers. You guys know I'm not high on the Seahawks this week, but in this spot, I think there's no way the Steelers look that good, and their defense was abysmal in week 1.
Did you see the report that Rodgers has some back tightness already? So
I'm not
we'll see how long he looks as good as he did in week 1.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't even people in the screen in some of the throws. Like, what happened to the Jets defense? I thought they were supposed to be okay.
I don't know, Aaron Glenn, what's going on?
I'm kind
Other
of
than that,
intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued
Yeah.
by the poop fecta game between Miami and New England.
Yeah, I was just about to say that one. You speak on it for 20 seconds here.
Well, I think I like points. I think Miami might break it open on New England's defense, and then
It's not even. Yeah. Oh, you saying the
no,
over?
I'm saying like I like them to get some points.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, how can you feel that way? How can you feel that way after last week?
Because I don't think New England's any good.
The Colts are no good.
That's true. That's true. Well, maybe I same
Yeah,
thing
that
with
was
Drake
crazy.
May. The over on that game.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of poop fecta games this week.
I kind of like the under in that game.
I'll bet you individually.
If I
on
think
that
about
then.
it. Sounds good.
Yeah. I kind of. Gosh.
I think that thing might be disgusting. Guarantee you it rains at some point too.
Let's do our Survivor picks.
Do we want to explain Survivor quick and how we're gonna do it?
You go ahead.
Well, I mean it's basic Survivor League. Each pick a team, but how do we want to randomize who goes first, second, third, and so we don't pick the same team? Makes it a little tougher.
I think we just start week by week. You just go first this week. John goes second. I'll go third. Then we'll go snake.
I kind of like a random, like someone could go first 3 weeks in a row.
All right.
Okay. Well,
real quick, talk for 25 seconds. I'm pulling up a random name generator.
Okay. For those of us in the comments that are going to be talking about how we didn't do this week one, what the heck? There wasn't a single Survivor team favorite that lost in week one. So we would have all picked winners. Let's just go and say that. Like the Broncos won, the Cardinals won against the Saints. Even the Bengals beat the crappy Browns. So all three of those teams were kind of the consensus 3 Survivor picks. So let's just imagine we took those teams. Tuck, you got the wheel ready?
Yep. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Spinning.
This is good podcasting right now.
Oh yeah.
It is showing.
I can't even read. Where's the?
That's you, Max.
John.
Max, you're up.
Oh, Max.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. Not exactly prepared to go first.
What? You just had 2 minutes.
I know. I wasn't expecting to win it. The problem is there are some blowout games. It's just if you want to save them.
But you want to save them.
I know, exactly. I kind of want to just get through 1 week and have a sure thing.
We could take Baltimore.
So I was really
Bills.
thinking Bills or Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore.
Baltimore
Just
is playing the
surefire.
Browns.
What?
It's a surefire pick.
I know. I just want to get past week 1, honestly.
That's fair. All right. Next. Here, let's see who the wheel.
I mean, you're not going to have my team. It's not going to matter. You go ahead, Tuck.
No, you're up first, Louie.
You're up, Lewis.
All right. I will be betting on a team that I have believed in. I have not wavered for a second. There might have been a couple seconds that I wavered. But it is
Dallas?
a team that lost in week 1. It's
Yep.
a bad loss, but they looked good. It is the Dallas Cowboys. They are playing the New York Giants. CD out there catching balls. Dallas home opener. Dallas always plays well at home. I think that this might be Russell Wilson's last ever game in the NFL.
Wow.
They were
Bold.
on my board.
All right.
I like the pick.
You guys might be surprised by this pick.
What are you
I'm taking a risk. No, this team is favored. This team is at home. This is the home opener for the team. It is in prime time, and it is our team, the Minnesota Vikings. I am going based off the fact that I think there is something that we have against this Falcons team last year. That was an absolute blowout. There was something that KOC knew how to exploit against Raheem Morris. And I think some of that shows up again on Sunday night. I think the U.S. Bank's going to be buzzing. and I think Flores is going to put Michael Penix in hell. So I'm taking the Vikings.
What are we playing for again, Max? Wasn't there like something kind of funny? We
were gonna do a prize. I remember I sent that remote.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a
football for the
prize.
TV.
Yeah, might be a football remote control.
Yep.
Maybe
you have to use the next season.
Well, that just is more of a punishment than a prize, but
we'll figure it out by Sunday night's podcast.
Comment. Maybe this will be a clip. Comment what the prize should be for the Survivor League.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good episode, guys. Kept it right at 30-ish minutes, so that's what we're going to be aiming for, folks, this year. It's just quick 30-minute preview and a quick 30-minute post-game. So thank you all for listening. Tuck, you want to take us out?
Yes, thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back Sunday night. Enjoy the ball, and peace out. Peace out.